So hi, Look Noise Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. It's another Monday. Happy. It's questionable.
It's a rootin' tootin' Monday.
Sure.
Yeah, man, it is. What can I say? And happy rest of the week. If you're not watching the live stream, because funnily enough, this is only the Happy Monday is only for the people watching it live.
Or if you're listening to it on Monday as well.
Happy Monday, several Mondays from now. But this doesn't even go out on a Monday anymore on our streaming services. We finally figured out a time that works consistently. Ain't that nuts?
Cray.
Yeah, man. Sorry for being so late. Glory was actually giving me a sales pitch about how great Virginia is. I was learning so many things. I've been a Virginia hater, since we started this. 5 years. You could just go across our discography at least once a week.
You'll just hear some slander.
I'm going after Glory for living in Virginia, and she's giving me all these great things that I genuinely didn't know went on down there, and I'm sold. Virginia might be for lovers. I might be having to move down there.
They might not be lying about that part because it's like, dude, the DMV people are like in their 20s. Permits don't take long. It's fucking awesome. What else could you want? What was the other pitch was that it?
Oh, and the cars are cheaper.
The cars are cheap as fuck. $7,000 for a 2018 car. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
It's all car stuff though, so if you don't care for like driving or cars, if you can't drive, maybe Virginia isn't for you.
Yeah. Gloria and I have been, we've been talking about that over the past day or so, and she's just really selling it to me. There's something about like living in the middle of nowhere, but also kind of living near civilization that always interests me. Because of where I live and being so close to two very major cities, I could probably never move to Virginia, but I'm glad to hear there are some upsides because there are plenty of downsides.
There are a lot of downsides, but as I said, cars, which I'm now interested in, I
car
see
girl.
The light. I get it. Car girl, that's me, right? Sorry guys, I'm taken. Sorry to all the boys out there. But yeah, no, car girl. Love it. I love it. I mean, Prius 2018.
Dude, I can't wait until you'll text me and you're like, sorry, I was running late. And you'll show up and your sleeves are all rolled up and you'll be covered in oil and you'll be like, I was doing my own oil change on my 2018 Prius.
Now.
I'm a car girl.
My voice like drops. That'd be fucking dope, dude. That'd be fucking dope.
That would be dope as fuck. Yeah. I'd be like, yeah, hell yeah, you are.
Hell yeah.
I took my car to get oil change this morning.
Pussy.
I did go to a show over the weekend. Very exciting stuff. I was down in Atlantic City at the Tropicana. They got a venue inside, funnily enough. Took a while to find it. All these casinos, man, they're like fucking mazes. Intentionally, of course.
No, yeah.
They're literally built to be that way, but I did have to ask for help because nowhere online could I find much about this Tropicana showroom inside the Tropicana. And I was like, expecting there to be a sign somewhere that told me where to go.
You would expect that.
Yeah.
I think most people would, yeah.
And they were like, just head towards the casino. And I'm like, when Joshua Block goes to Atlantic City and he posts...
I'm sold already. I don't know what you're saying. Joshua Block, I'm in.
And he posts the videos of the hotel he's at, and it's like the interior looks like it's outside, but it's actually inside.
Yes.
That's where I was.
You were at the Joshua Block?
Yes. So,
oh my god.
So I was there, and it's as mesmerizing as it is in those videos, but it took me forever to find the casino. I started like walking towards where it was, and then I turned around, and then I saw Seven Dust fans walking towards that way, and I was like, that's probably the right way.
Yeah. Then they were in the bathroom, and you're like, fuck, so this was just a bathroom walk. It's happened to me multiple times. Fucking sucks. Guys, I thought we were going to the show.
So I found it eventually, and... Yeah, so I saw Seven Dust in Atlantic City. They're a band that over the holiday break I found out I started listening to heavily. I had known of them, and they'd always kind of been like a bucket list band just solely because of the fact I knew of them, knew a couple of songs from hearing it on satellite radio. But then I, had nothing to listen to, and I heard one of their songs on Sirius, and I was like, I'm gonna go home and check this fucking band out, and I did, and I finally got to see them, and I got to see them as a fan, which was very exciting. They're currently on tour with Disturbed and 3 Days Grace, and I can't make I can't make any of the Disturbed tour anymore, unfortunately. But I couldn't make their leg even when it was announced, because the New York City show is the same day as Refused on Friday. Actually,
I thought you were gonna say it was the Used again,
no,
and I was
no,
gonna go through the screen. I was gonna fucking strangle you.
I will be in the city. I just will not be seeing Disturbed, 3 Days Grace, and Seven Dust. I'll be seeing Refused instead, which I feel is a fair trade-off. One band is continuing, another band is not. But they're doing some headlines around that, and they just so happen to come through on a headline. The night started off with Rahway, local band. They were cool. Could definitely tell they were excited to be up there. It was a 2,000 cap, like, seated theater, which I thought was dope. Like a small theater vibe is awesome. And then Horizon Theory, who was the touring support, they rocked. I had heard of them because they toured with Seven Dust last year, and that was the same tour that Return to Dust was on, hence why I recognized the name, because I saw Return to Dust on there, saw the rest of the bands, noticed Horizon Theory, sounded familiar. They were touring with them again. They sounded awesome. They fucking rocked. One thing I will say, I thought that them live was better than their studio stuff. I checked out a little bit.
That's great.
Yeah, I checked it out.
That's a good surprise.
Yeah, I checked out a couple of the songs going into the show just because I was like, I'm here for Seven Dust, but I'm going to be at the whole show, so I might as well listen to a little bit of everything. And yeah, I was definitely blown away by their stage show, so that was cool. And then Seven Dust came out, and they fucking ripped it, man. They're touring with like minimal production because they're first of 3 on an arena tour. So any sort of production that they're using is more than likely supplied by the headliner, who's got a massive, production traveling with them. I don't know if you've seen the headlines at the Disturbed Chicago show. They burned some of
I was gonna say, I saw that headline. They burned the nets. They burned some
the things that have the championship banners.
I think it was Heat. Was it the Heat?
The Fire.
Yeah. No, I mean like the team.
Oh yeah. Because
Miami Heat.
No, Chicago Bulls.
It was the Bulls.
Yeah.
Fuck. I was so close.
So many. Fuck. Just a couple of states away.
Just a couple. I'm sure they've played against each other, and that's my win.
Of course. Yeah.
Rivalry and all that, right?
So yeah, lots of production going on the Disturbed stage show. Clearly, so they were traveling with minimal production as a first of 3, and they just went up there, man, and they just fucking rocked it. Like they just had the Seven Dust logo behind them, the kit on a riser, and they were just fucking rocking it, and they sounded awesome. My one gripe is some of my favorite parts of the songs are the growling parts, and there's the main vocalist, and then there are 2 members of the band who do backup vocals, and across the 3 people there were still parts of the songs that were backing tracked, like just blare through the speakers, which I don't quite understand.
That would piss me off.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing up there?
But they got like
not your job.
They got all exactly. They got that all out of the way early on in the set. Towards the end of the set, that stopped happening. But like the first 4 or 5 songs, I'm like, what the fuck?
They were scared.
Yeah.
They were nervous. They were nervous.
Like, what the hell? Like, I don't know. That was a small gripe for me, but outside of that, I thought that the show was awesome. I've been really enjoying them as a band over the past few months, so getting to see them live finally was just exciting nonetheless. And that small gripe aside, it was a phenomenal show, and I'll definitely go see them again. Would be great to see them on a sole headlining tour, or if they're supporting something a little bit smaller where they have more production with them. But they fucking rocked, and it was super cool to finally go to that room in AC, because I've seen a couple of shows go through there, but nothing that's ever really piqued my interest. So it was cool to finally go. All around a fun experience. Hell yeah. And I didn't get lost. The last time I went to a show at a casino, I got so lost after the show. I wasn't even old enough to drink, let alone drinking. And I just couldn't find my car at the end of the night. Happy to report a different casino this time, but seamless to find my car. Absolutely seamless transition, which was good.
I'm sure that was appreciated.
Coming up for me, I got Refused on Friday. Very, very excited for that. Their final US tour, so I definitely couldn't miss it. Not a fan of going to Brooklyn, but for a show like that, I will be there. And then Sunday, I got Throne, which I'm very excited for. I know you are no longer going to see Throne, so I will send you videos. All of them like this, but I will send you videos.
That's fine, man.
I'm gonna hold my phone in my mouth so that you can see both.
You can get both little fingers. You know what? That's commitment. I'll actually watch the videos because I'll be like, how long did he hold that for? The whole show. It's crazy. See, I'm like, damn, that's actually fucking awesome, dude. Congrats. Yeah, I'm no longer. I didn't see Belmont, which is so unfortunate. But then when I weighed my options were stay home and save $200, or go to see Belmont an opener and spend $200. I was like, well, not
tough
today.
Decision.
I mean, it was a nail biter for sure up until the last second. And then I told my mom Thursday night, I said, I'm not going to Belmont. She was like, oh yeah, I knew that. And I was like, oh, okay. Never mind. And I'm also not going to Throne anymore. My tickets have been sold, so that is officially, because I was leaving it up to the universe. If my tickets didn't get sold, fuck, I guess that means I should just go. But then, literally, as I was starting to come to terms with, I don't think I should go, because again, it would be like $200 round trip, because my train there is $25 one way. And then I have my Ubers, and then I'm going to buy merch, obviously, and then food. I was like, oh, I don't know about that one. As soon as I was coming to terms with that, someone bought my ticket, and I went, thank you. I also realized people are probably going to be like hitting other people there. Yeah. I've heard Throne's music. I loved the EP. Great EP. But at the same time, I was listening to it a little bit closer on like Sunday, yesterday. And I went, I would be in big trouble at this show because people are just swinging. And with my luck, I'm going to come back with a busted lip and a black eye.
Sign me the hell up.
Yeah, you say that, and you're going to be like, dude, I was in the corner the entire show. I was so scared. People were hitting. Like, I just can't. I choose not to. I could. I choose not to because I love that band. Someone's got to be live streaming it somewhere, right? Or I'll just watch your middle finger videos. Either way. Or I'll just fucking watch YouTube videos of fucking Throne live. That entire, what is it, Bloodsucker?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Goes nuts.
Oh, that was... I got a little excited there, flung my fucking cable everywhere. Bloodsucker, fucking On the Verge. Oh my god, that entire fucking record's insane, and I'm so upset. But I also would like a car. So I gotta lock in. That's
fair enough, man. That is totally fair enough. Yeah, I'm excited. I just kind of bought the Throne tickets on a whim because I was like thinking about it. I had it on my calendar, and then one of the songs came on my Spotify, radio, and I saw them in October with Wage War, so I know that the live show goes bonkers already.
Bonkers.
But I was like, you know what? Fuck it. There was a resale ticket up that was less than face value. I was like, it's clearly meant to be. I'm gonna go. I was already thinking about it. I might as well just seal the deal. So I'm going. Yeah. Because although I don't listen to them a ton, it's not like the music is super complex where like I need to spend weeks figuring out what's going on to memorize the stuff. Like,
dude, the fucking breakdown is like 5 seconds in. I think you'll know when to like start headbanging.
Every single song is basically just one big breakdown. So it's cool. I'll have a good time. I'm excited to see the rest of the bill as well, especially Varials in PA will be exciting because they're from there. So that should be fun overall. a night of people definitely getting the shit beat out of them. Just looking at that lineup on paper.
One of them.
But
I'll say it. Fuck, I wish I was one of them. Guys, I'm sorry.
But we do have a couple of albums to talk about, an EP, a bunch of singles. You know the vibes. Coheed and Cambria dropped a new album, The Father of Make Believe. 10th studio album is wild.
Yeah, not many bands make it to that, I don't think.
No,
that's a big deal.
I was reading the press release going into this, and I was just like, damn, 10 studio records is nuts. They've been doing it a very long time. Clearly, you don't get to 10 studio records doing it for 3 years.
To be fair, Brockhampton got to like 6 in like 3 years. So it is possible.
Fair enough.
But they also imploded. Yeah. So that's usually the trade-off.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I was diving into the press release because I know this band is very much about concept and world building. And then so I was like trying to get a loose idea of what was going on. And I came away, we covered the last record, and don't go watch it. We probably were like, yeah, this was great, and then we moved on to the next topic. But I remember, covering that album and thinking it was cool, but kind of being left a little confused, which is why I've been so excited about this rollout, because it feels like the band is a little bit more digestible this album around. I've also seen them live, so I've dabbled in the discography. And I feel like the band this time around is a little bit more digestible because you take the concept world building aspect of the band, where we're jumping in 10 albums in, not knowing any of the backstory, and then couple that with this band having a history of being very intricate instrumentally, and it creates a listening experience that, for a listener like us coming in, chatting about the album, not necessarily being fans of the band, although respecting what they do and thinking it's fucking awesome, not being fans of the band, and can totally be left feeling extremely confused. But with the singles going into this, I was feeling very confident, because I was coming out liking everything and feeling like it was digestible. And that's kind of how I feel with this entire record. It's quite the journey. It's very solid. It is almost an hour long, and it definitely tells a story if you listen to the lyrics, and I love that. But what you can also do is pull away and just listen to the song like as a song, and I was still able to come away feeling like I got something out of the music and didn't just leave feeling like, all right, my mind was just bended for an hour, like I have sometimes when listening to Coheed. So that was my favorite part about the record. I thought it was incredible. I'm a big fan of Blindside Sunny, not to call out a single, but I thought that the strongest song on the record was the Continuum one, Welcome to Forever, Mr. Nobody.
Really? The first one? Okay.
Yes. Like that song came on, and it just like the vibe of that song is slightly different from almost the entire rest of the record, which I almost feel like this album is 2 albums, with the Continuum 1 through 4 being like a entirely separate record from the rest of the album. But yeah, I'm just overall blown away and pleasantly surprised, because as I said, kind of have left Coheed in the past being like, this was cool, but what just happened? And now I feel like I still kind of get that, because I'm not at all in the world building aspects, and I don't know what the hell is going on there. But at the face value of the songs as songs, I came away being like, okay, I actually digested what happened.
Yeah. I completely agree. I mean, I think it's a great record. It's extremely atmospheric. When you said they're just insanely complex instrumentally, I think that's incredible. Lyrically, I mean, it's well built. It's smart. It's a great record. And fuck, dude, it's long as shit though. To be completely real, there are multiple tracks on here that go well over like 5 minutes. Like, I'm pretty sure there's one that's like close to 6.
Yeah, the Continuum too.
There you go. Yep. 6:23. Yeah, no, there are There are some where you kind of have to sit down and go, ah, fuck, we're still here. But like
Mhm.
it's chill because it's pretty to listen to and it's complex. So your brain doesn't really get tired, but that little part where the TikToks have started to kind of eat away at you, you're like, damn, this isn't like 30 seconds long.
Mhm.
That
Where's
it
the
weighs a little
TikTok
bit.
moment?
Guys, where's the song of the summer? I thought this was the album of whatever, whatever. Um, so yeah, I think it's fucking incredible. I mean, there's a lot of different sounds on this record alone. In like the first like four tracks, it turns into like a laid back, almost like acoustic moment, but it doesn't feel like it fucked up the flow at all because then it just picks right back up. I mean, there are highs, there are lows. It is a concept record for sure, but as Shane and I have said multiple times, we're so out of the loop with that. We're coming in album 10 and we're like, what happened here? I don't know any of you. I don't know any of these characters. I don't know any of this shit, but it sounds pretty and it's well thought out, so I'm in.
Mhm.
My personal favorite was actually the closer,
Oh.
the Continuum 4, so it goes. I think it's oh fuck, it's almost 6 minutes long. So imagine my surprise when I looked up and I went, "Damn, this song's really oh, this is the same song. Okay, that's fine." Um, I think how it ends is so fucking pretty. It has almost like it sounds like it's just kind of bursting at the end, and it's so I love like closers that have that moment. I also agree not to call out a single, but my second favorite was Blindside Sunny.
Mhm.
It is such a fucking rager. It's heavy and it kind of catches me off guard with how heavy and complex it is, or sorry, heavy and melodic
Mhm.
buzzword it is. And it's a fucking good ass track to listen to. I think that the record's great, as I said, very atmospheric, long as shit, but it gets the job done. I'm not mad at it at all. Because they actually did stuff with the long amount of time provided. There weren't any moments where I felt like it was draining or they were just kind of pissing away time or just put the song on there just to make it a a 14 track album.
Yeah.
It's all killer, no filler, is what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say. I think it was time well spent. Um, I'm pretty sure I gave this album 2 listens all the way through, which again is a little hefty, but I enjoyed both listens. I think it's a great fucking record.
Yeah, I agree with you. The all killer no filler, like yes, it absolutely is an hour. Yes, it is 14 tracks, but there was not a part in the record where I was looking at the track list being like, seriously, like this I
We're
got
still
this many
here.
I got this many songs to go. There were a
Mm-hmm.
couple of times where I was like, god damn, 6 minutes, that's a lot to take in, but I
Mm-hmm.
didn't find myself being like, god, I wish this was over. It was just that initial shock of like, that's a lot of time to sink in to a
Like Jesus
song
Christ.
that
Yeah.
I get. Even when it's a band I really love, I'm still like, wow, that's a lot to take in.
Mm-hmm.
um I'm glad you shout out the closer because I love it
Mm-hmm.
as well. It's the literal definition of a closer.
Mm-hmm.
The way it ends, it kind of it bursts, but then kind of trickles out at the end. I
Mm-hmm.
love it. And Yesterday's Lost feels like an opener. Like the album is absolutely built to be an album experience, and that's
Oh
what
yeah.
I love about it so much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, overall, incredibly solid. Glad I came out of this, not just thinking like the feeling I got from the singles is what I ultimately got from the entire album. I'm glad that wound up being the case.
Mm-hmm.
Touring a shitload. For the rest of the year, as you can imagine, they just put a record out. They're going to be touring their asses off. A couple of co-headlines coming up with Mastodon. They're doing some B, C market type things in arenas, and then over the summer they're co-headlining with Taking Back Sunday, and they're going to be doing amphitheaters, which is very exciting. So I'm sure there's a date coming near you. Peep the dates. They've also got their cruise that they do at the end of the year. So lots of Coheed in the US this year for sure. So if you're a fan, peep the dates.
Peep the dates.
Hell
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Dead Rabbits dropped their new album Redefined.
We got to chat with Craig about the new record on the podcast. It will be out Friday. So this review will be out before the interview.
Yeah.
And the album is super cool.
Mm-hmm.
One thing we chatted about in that interview is Craig, using this as a creative outlet to kind of get weird, and do things out of the box, because there's so many moving parts with Escape the Fate that they stick to doing the what works for Escape the Fate, where he likes to have this outlet to kind of do whatever. There's less moving parts, and can just do what comes to mind, and that absolutely comes through with the record. Especially, like, I noticed listening through it again today that it is front loaded with the weird shit. Like, if you want, like, you're coming to this as Escape the Fate fan, not really sure what Craig is doing with Dead Rabbits, and you're like scared of weird shit, like, you start with songs like Mistake, Misleading, Understand. Like, those songs are pretty, like, straight up metalcore songs with some hints of that weird production type things that are going on with the album. But if you just turn this on, it kicks off with Artificial Gods, which is so badass.
It's so dope.
And was compared to, by me when we reviewed it, and then by Craig in the interview, to The Path of Totality by Korn. So if you're a fan of that album, like I am, you'll probably think this album is really dope, because it's honestly one of the closest things I've heard to that record in a while. I love the way this record opens. Trapped is awesome. Oxygen with Attila is badass. Hellscape with Wednesday 13 and Stitched Up Heart is phenomenal as well. I really like when this record gets weird. That's ultimately what I'm coming away with. I love songs like Mistake, Misleading, like I mentioned. If you want to start with something a little bit more down the middle, but I love when this album gets weird with songs like Artificial Gods and Oxygen and Hellscape. Front to back bangers. Absolutely blew me away. Beyond stoked on this album.
Hell yeah. I completely agree. I think this record's so fucking fun to listen to. Again, I'm pretty sure I gave this one 2 spins. Well, yeah, because I gave it a spin before the interview, and then I gave it a spin today, prepping for the podcast. Both times it has left me kind of like, damn, that was fucking good. Because it has that energy that you don't see much in kind of the metalcore scene right now, because it isn't strictly metalcore. As Shane just said, it dabbles in the experimental side, where there's electronic elements, there's a little bit of rap. It's just a bunch of shit thrown at the wall, and it sounds incredible. This is definitely not for the people who like traditional metalcore. You're gonna be pissed. You're gonna be like, what the hell happened to Craig Mabbitt? What is he doing now? No, this is for people who like to have fun, and people who fucking like fun ass, smart, catchy music. There are some good ass shakers on here. There's some songs that even the second time around made me go, what? But by the end of the song, it wins you over, because you're like, fuck, this is really good. It's still fun, it's still full of energy, and it's just a good fucking song. Production wise, everything sounds fucking incredible. It's all clear. My issue sometimes with records like this, where it's like they're more experimental and they lean more into the kind of the electronic side of metal, is that it sounds muddled, or it's just not leveled out properly, and it just kind of sounds like everything is like talking over each other. I don't have this issue with this record, which is fucking awesome. Big sigh of relief, because that's typically like a, damn, did anyone listen to this, or am I the first one?
Yeah.
But I think it's a great record. My personal favorites, it's on the B side, but Meat Hook is fucking awesome. I love that one. I also do enjoy Oxygen with Attila, because every time it comes on, I'm like, fuck, this is Attila? So you can imagine my fucking shock every time. And then I also really like Redefined. And then I also do like Artificial Gods the opener, because it is such a kind of like mind fuck as soon as it starts, because it's like, what the fuck is happening here? And then you're like, oh, wait a minute. Let him cook. Let him cook a little bit. So there is a bit of shell shock as soon as you start because it goes right into the weird stuff, which is so fun because typically a lot of bands, newer bands, artists who are experimenting with that type of stuff leave it towards the B side. So it's like you're able to kind of like lure in unsuspecting listeners with kind of like, no, no, it's a chill record, you know, this type of sound, and then hit them with weird stuff. But this one is just straight out the gate. And I think that's fucking awesome. Um, Great record. Watch the interview once it comes out, which should be in the next couple days.
Yeah.
Or just anytime if you're watching this like a week or so from now. That works too. Interview's out. Go
Yeah.
watch it. It'll be linked below.
Yes.
Probably. Yeah. It'll
Yeah.
be linked below.
Hell yeah. And Dead Rabbits is going on tour. They're on tour right now. The tour started on Friday with Wednesday 13. I will be there in New Jersey. I'm so excited to see this band perform, get to hear these songs, and finally see the Rabbit Masks in person. Because we got a first peek at them because the ones for tour came in on the day we did the interview. But I'm excited to see it debut because I was actually stalking the Instagram, looking at some pictures before we did this. I was like, they look so badass on stage. So
cool.
I'm excited to see it in person.
Hell yeah. Let me know. Let me know how freaky they are, you know?
I'll let you know. Senses dropped their new EP, I'm Still Breathing.
Holy shit. Dude.
You took the words right out of my mouth, man.
What a fucking, like, so many moods through this record for me because there are moments where I'm like, oh my God, what a fucking ass shaker. And then I'm like, whoa, Jesus fucking Christ. It's just.
Someone turn on the waterworks here? What the hell?
It's like fucking whiplash, dude. It's so good. And also the vocals are fucking incredible. This record's fucking awesome. You were raving about this in the chat, so I'm gonna let you just fucking go
this band is just incredible. A TikTok find for me a little bit ago, around the time we had them on the podcast for the first EP. And I've just been, I've been following along ever since. Now they're signed to Hopeless, which is very exciting. And they just continue to blow me away. Like the one thing that I just continue to take away with this band is their ability to write just phenomenal choruses. They're littered throughout this EP, whether it's an in-your-face upbeat song or a slow cut that's a little bit more somber. It's the same feeling that it's just so well written lyrically. And that's just what I ultimately love about this band is their ability to write really catchy songs. My favorite is not to cop out and pick the first song, but Diamonds on Your Dagger is like literally literally the definition of in your face and a phenomenal chorus that is been stuck in my head literally all day, which is why I texted you and was like, this band fucking rocks. Because I was like, yeah, this song's gonna be with me the rest of the day. But Nosebleeds is a favorite of mine as well, but I really just cannot get, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I haven't been able to get past how catchy Diamonds on Your Dagger is, but the entire EP is incredibly solid. This band continues to blow me away, and I'm excited to see what they do with this EP.
I'm so upset that you said Nosebleeds because that was the song I was talking about. I think that song is a closer. It's so fucking good. This is such a fucking middle finger, like, fuck you song, and it's so awesome. I love it so much. I think the entire EP is fucking incredible. As you said, it's catchy as shit. There are some songs where you have kind of somber, low moments, and you're just kind of like, damn, this shit's sad as fuck. But it still has earworm potential, even though I'm sure it wasn't written to be like, this could still be on the radio though. This could, it still feels authentic. It still feels very genuine. I feel like it's just fucking natural for them to just be good ass songwriters where that shit, regardless of the topic or the vibe of the song, some part of it's still gonna get stuck in your head. And that's a fucking art in of itself, man. Fucking awesome. Great EP, incredible band. As I said, Nosebleeds is such a good song. I love it so much. So yeah, great EP.
Hell yeah. They're currently out on their first headlining tour. Check the dates. If it's coming near you, you should totally go. I haven't gotten a chance to see the band yet, but hearing these songs live would probably be fucking bonkers. Just throwing that out there. So can't vouch for how good they are live, but I'm sure the performance is amazing and the songs back it up. So you should peep the dates.
Peep the dates.
Hell yeah.
Nova Twins dropped their new single Soprano. Fuck, I love Nova Twins. I'm so happy they're dropping shit again. It's just this song is so, firstly, it just kind of like throws you into the song immediately. It feels like just high energy out the gate, and that is so much fun. I think it's catchy as shit, ass shaker. It's just good. It's just a good song. Big fan.
I agree. They finally announced their upcoming record. I believe it comes out in August, which is feels like a lifetime away, but before you know it'll be here. And I do agree. It just kind of throws you into the song. It's super catchy. It's a little bouncy, and I'm digging it. I'm very excited to see what this new album cycle brings for Nova Twins, because these couple of singles have been incredibly solid. The Callous Daoboys dropped a new single, Lemon. This band, man, you never know what to expect.
I have to talk. Give me a minute.
You have the floor.
Callous Daoboys, I love you so much. This song is so fucking good. I did not know what to expect. So, I thought I knew what to expect. It's Callous Daoboys. I was like, okay, there's gonna be some fucking violin. There's gonna be a breakdown. It's gonna go bonkers. Maybe like a squeaky toy in there somewhere. I was like, it's gonna be awesome. Maybe they'll arf arf again. That shit, I still think about it. So with this song, I was expecting something similar to the songs that they've been dropping. The last 3 singles. I think they've dropped 3 so far. Or maybe this might be the third, because I think they just, I don't know, for whatever reason, the double singles fucking me up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was expecting high energy, chaotic. What I got with this song was like laid back, vibey, fucking easygoing beat, fucking Callous Daoboys. And it is so strange. For whatever reason, Carson to me reads Robbie from The Used. And I think that's awesome. I think he sounds incredible. This song is such a fucking vibe. It's such like a kind of just like tap in your foot. You know, it just does not fit in their discography, and that's why I love it so much. In my opinion, it doesn't fit. From the shit when I did my little deep dive, does not fit at all. Very excited. It just shows that this band can do genuinely whatever the fuck they want and get away with it, and everyone's gonna be like, damn, did you hear the new Callous Daoboys? That shit was dope. I love this band so much. Big fan of this track. This is the song of the summer. You know, I'll fucking say it. They made the song of the summer. Great song. Love you, Callous Daoboys.
Yeah, this song fucking rocks. I've been seeing a lot of polarizing articles in the metal, journalism community of being like, dude, what is up with the new Callous Daoboys song? And I'm like, yeah, this band has cemented themselves in the fact that they could do anything, and I just kind of like, I heard this song and I was like, this just makes sense for the Callous Daoboys. Like, yes, they've kind of cemented themselves in the fact that they could do anything when it came to being heavy and breaking down and all of the typical heavy shit. Like, they absolutely have cemented the fact that they can do whack ass time signatures and then have a whack ass breakdown all in the same song. That's totally cool. But like, knowing that, hearing the song was nothing like out of the ordinary. Like, I think the song is fucking awesome, and for a Callous Daoboys song is very digestible on the first listen, which makes it a phenomenal single. It's not at all what you get from the literal rest of their discography, but it's a phenomenal single. I'll put it out there. I think the song is awesome, and I'm excited to hear this album.
Yes, dude, this is one of my most anticipated records. I think I love this band so much. I love you, Callous Daoboys.
Hell yeah.
I was looking at my post where I saw them and I was doing like the pose with Carson and I was just watching those videos and I was like, fuck, their music translates so well live.
Hmm.
They're so fucking chaotic and live. The entire crowd was just confused, like perplexed. And I was the only one who was like, yeah, fuck shit up. I God, they're so good. Anyways, okay, Not Enough Space dropped their new single, Devil Left Me on Red. Fucking ass beater. Hello Breakdown. Heavy ass fucking track. Um, Great fucking song. I was a big fan of this one. This one did it for me.
Yeah, this song was heavy as shit. They're not
Mhm.
fucking around with this song. They just come in, they pummel the shit out of you for a couple minutes, and then they say, "All right, bye."
Bye bye.
And I think that's fucking awesome. This band has quickly, rising the ranks, and it's just been wild to see. Because I saw them as first of five with Attila a year ago, and now they're going out on a tour with Capstan headlining. That there are a lot of dates that are sold out or low ticket, which is so exciting to see, and all the success online that the band's been having and whatnot, and being signed to Thriller Records now, is just absolutely dope, and they are making bomb ass music to back it up. So overall, very excited about this and excited to hear what will hopefully be an album. But any sort of body of work would be much appreciated.
Damn straight. I'm just excited.
Hell yeah. Royal and the Serpent dropped a new single, Death Do Us Part.
It's been a minute.
It has been a minute.
Yeah, I wasn't looking at my computer when this song came on, and I just hear Royal's voice, and I went, "The fuck? It's been a while. Hi, hello, how are you? What the goddamn? I missed
no
you.
introduction. Like you just come on like that.
You're just back,
Yeah.
and you're not gonna fucking say anything." This song is so good. I remember now why I enjoyed all of the, because I'm pretty sure there was just a moment where it was just a constant
There were
drop. We were
EPs,
always talking.
two song EPs all the time,
and it was incredible. There's just such a haunting, eerie, but still kind of comforting, soft vibe that comes with Royal and the Serpent. Earworm galore. It's got the fucking formula down. It's incredible. I'm such a big fan of Royal and the Serpent. I think their music's fucking crazy. In the literal sense, because it's genuinely kind of like a little unsettling. But then also in the damn, that was bonkers. I loved that.
Yeah.
So great track. I'm a massive fan of this. I mean, to me, it fits into what they've been doing recently. So if you like Royal and the Serpent, you're gonna fucking love this. But it's definitely that kind of like rock adjacent, but just very siren-y kind of like not even goth. I can't even say goth because goth is a little too dreary, but it's awesome. I fucking love it. Great song.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. It's like the literal definition of what Royal and the Serpent is. Like this song is just like super haunting, eerie, oddly comforting. It's the whole package. It's Royal and the Serpent, like Glory said, not even paying attention to what was kind of going, like not having the track list up, knowing what was coming next and being like, that's Royal and the Serpent. That's what the song is, and that's honestly what her sound and vocal delivery is, just across the board. I think she's a phenomenal artist, and this song is no exception. Stoked to see whatever this becomes, because she did disappear for a second. Would assume that disappearance coming back with new music would mean there's more new music, but stranger things have happened.
Yeah, hell yeah. I need more music though.
Agreed.
Royal, thank you. Heart Attack Man dropped their new single, The Gallows. Heart Attack Man, I love you so much. I love you so much, Heart Attack Man. This song is so good. This entire rollout has been incredible. I've been such a big fan of all of the tracks. I think this song it's still single material, but goddamn, Laughing Without Smiling, that energy, that fucking chorus, the call and response, that one for me checked all the boxes. You could have just put out the album with just that, You could stop
That
now.
could
It's
have been
okay.
the album.
That could have just been the album, just that, but like 50 times, and I would have been like, I get it. That's fine. I think this track is incredible. It's definitely still adjacent to Laughing Without Smiling, and Spit. Sorry, they're fucking twin songs, so I have to say one. And if I'm gonna say one, I have to say the fucking other. Sorry. Um, I think it's an incredible track. It fits in with the bunch, but it's definitely an energy shift. Still has me excited. I cannot wait. This is another one of my most anticipated records for the year because I mean I've been following Heart Attack Man for 6, 7, 6. It has to be 6 years. I'll give myself 6 years.
Yeah.
Um, and they've never disappointed. Even with their last record that I didn't revisit as much as I wanted to, I still have a very positive opinion on it. I still think it's a fucking incredible record. There's still a couple songs that I have in my playlist. So it's like even with their records that I didn't have like a super long moment with, I'm still like, no, that record fucking slapped, dude. This shit's awesome. So maybe I'm just a dick rider. Either way, Heart Attack Man, I love you. Great song. I loved this song a lot.
Yeah. Hell yeah. This song is fucking awesome. This rollout so far has kind of been a return to form in a sense. The last record was awesome, but was definitely a little out there and different from what Heart Attack Man has previously done, and there is nothing wrong with the band experimenting. I actually encourage that shit. I love when bands do things that are a little bit out of the box of what they normally do. But this entire rollout thus far has been kind of reeling it back in and being like, you know, showing the fans that we still can do that. I feel like it's kind of like now they're meshing the two sounds, what they used to do previously with what they did with that most recent record. The sounds are kind of blending and meshing and creating this new thing that is still chaotic but a little bit more toned down, where you know the previous stuff was very chaotic. The most recent record was a little bit more toned down across the board, and this kind of feels like it's blending the two. So I'm into it. I've been digging all the singles thus far as well. This song is no exception. I'm excited to hear this album next month.
I'm so excited. I'm so fucking excited. I'm very excited.
Hell yeah. South Arcade dropped their new single Supermodels. Another TikTok find for me personally. They are all over my For You page.
Always on that damn clock app.
Yeah, you know me, just always scrolling the clock app all day, every day. But yeah, I think this band's fucking awesome. I checked out their most recent EP and was like, this band is super dope. Stoked to see new music. They'll be over in the US here in a little bit, touring with Magnolia Park. And this song is awesome. Really, the only thing that I hate about their TikTok presence is they don't like do the typical TikTok formula where it's like the part of the song. They'll pick different parts, but it'll cut off right before it gets good to make you go check out the song. And I'm like, God fucking damn it. Like, I already checked out the song. I already know what's coming, but now I want to go listen to it again. It's so they're
doing the correct TikTok.
It's so mildly infuriating. It's so not a problem at all, but infuriates me every time nonetheless. It's fantastic marketing, and I absolutely respect it, but I am kind of like every single time, like, God damn it, now I gotta go to Spotify and listen to the fucking song. Fuck.
Damn it.
This song's awesome. Stoked to hear more.
Hell yeah. Now, this song is actually one of those songs that I'd be like, no, yeah, I do think you did. Like, you made the song of the summer. This one, you're not bullshitting. This song is such a good, easy vibe. I think it's so bright and sunny. I really like this song a lot. If they did go on TikTok and they did the whole generic, I would agree. I'd be like, actually, guys, settle down. I think they did actually cook with this one. Great song. I think it's so bright and beautiful. I love it. Sleep Token dropped their new single Emergence. Shane and I so an interview was supposed to happen and we were in the Zoom and mixed communications, didn't show up, whatever, that's fine, it happens. Scheduling done, good. Shane is in the email and we're bullshitting and he says, "Oh my god, Sleep Token just dropped a new song." And I'm like, "No fucking way. Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah, they fucking dropped a song." So he was like, "Dude, we gotta listen to this." So I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'll see you on the other side." We end the Zoom call. We now both turn on this Sleep Token song. I think I turned it on like a couple seconds before you. Like I'm like 10 seconds ahead.
You were a little bit ahead of me.
Yeah. And if you were in that chat when we were just commentating through it, you would have been like, what the fuck is happening? Like, do you love it? Do you hate it?
We haven't done that in a while, man.
And it took me back because I was like, damn, this is how music should be enjoyed. Not like in a room with friends, but in a group chat with friends.
Yeah, we used to do that shit all the time.
We used to have like actual like nights where we would get everyone. All right, is everyone free at like 7 p.m. on Friday? We have to listen to the new fucking blah 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 album.
Yeah.
Oh my god, good old days. Fuck, oh my god, that was like 2018.
Throwback.
Shit. Oh god, we were all so young. It was like, oh my god. You want to listen to a Fall Out Boy record? Yeah, Mania. Worst decision ever. Shout out Mania though, my favorite fucking Fall Out Boy record. So, Emergence, Sleep Token. My first impression was, damn, this fucking sucks. Why is he rapping? Why is he offbeat? Why does the beat sound like that? Because there's a part where the beat goes longer and then it stops and then it like tries to catch up.
You mean the syncopation, dude? You should go on our fucking TikTok. I have got 9 videos in a row, and it might be because I like every single one, of people counting the song, proving that it's 4/4. Like all the music nerds,
wrong.
like the people that went the people that went to school for music, like the band kids, are counting it off as 4/4 with and then explaining what syncopation means. Dude, I didn't know that the Sleep Token lore ran this deep, but I listened to one Sleep Token song and suddenly my entire For You page is people explaining to me why the song is actually in 4/4 and what syncopation means. I've learned so much in the last 24 hours. It's unreal.
I was gonna make fun of them and I was gonna be like, it's like when the 21 Pilots fans were like, no guys, they're stuck in Demo, that's why they're making a shitty song. But if it's like actually like music nerd shit,
it's like music nerd theory stuff, yeah,
then that's fine, but I still want to make fun of it. Guys, they're stuck in Sleep Token land. That's why they're making shitty music. That's why they can't make a fucking beat that's correct. So that was my first impression was, wow, the beat's fucking up his flow. It makes it sound like janky, uneven. I don't like this. Then it switches up. I think the guitars are beautiful. Firstly, I just think instrumentally, instruments, not that janky ass, dumb ass, ugly ass beat. Fuck that. Guitars, drums, all that. Bass, I'll shout you out too. Bass was beautiful. I think it's great. Then it goes into kind of like the middle portion where then the heavy guitars come in. I think that's fucking awesome. You commentated on that. You're like, I finally got to heavy guitars, and I was like, hell yeah, me too.
Found the heavy because I'm still convinced this band isn't.
Because the band should be heavy. I agree with you on that. Where it's like, you have the whole maskless thing. Why don't you sound like Slipknot, but not like Slipknot? You should just be fucking heavy. Throw some chug riffs in there. I don't give a fuck. Then, it fades out in the end and it gets all twinkly and then there's a saxophone in there and everyone's losing their fucking mind over just saxophone being in a song. Like, that's all I've seen for Sleep Token, where they're like, oh my god, they're so smart. They put saxophone in a song. It's so beautiful. It's like, have you guys not heard of Imminence? I'm sorry. They do that shit and they do that shit well. This song, the sax was very pretty. I'll give it that. I think it added just a very atmospheric layer. I think it was a great end to the song. I think closed it off nicely. But it's like, guys, that's not something that should be like, oh my god. It sounded great. I'll give him that. But it's just, I don't know. People, again, I think it's just the hater coming through because I haven't been the biggest fan of Sleep Token since I found out about Sleep Token. But I think it was an okay song. I think it's definitely a step forward from all the other bullshit that they've been doing. Sorry, I'm going a little too hard. All the other music that they've been putting out, and I'm excited to see what else they choose to put out, and I hope it sounds like the second half of this song.
There you go. Yeah, so when Gloria and I when I was like, yeah, dude, this new Sleep Token, we should check this out. And it was like genuinely a joke because Gloria and I, we both haven't listened to a full Sleep Token anything since the 2020 album, where we were basically just like, why isn't this heavy? I'm disappointed.
Turn it off.
Why do they look like that and they don't sound like that? Was pretty much the review of the album. I just summed it up. We might have said it in 10 words. Boom, I gave it to you in 5. Sorry, the 2021 album, This Place Will Become Your Tomb. And then we totally just ignored take me to
Take Me to Eden.
Yeah, Take Me to Eden, because we were so Take Me Back to Eden. Sorry, not well versed in the Sleep Token lore, because we were so disappointed by the 2021 album and just didn't want to come in a sea of people being very excited about the band and being like, we aren't. No one gives a fuck. Like,
no, we're just gonna get bombarded with hate.
Yeah,
why don't you like?
Just keep our opinions to ourselves there, and maybe tweet a couple of times being like, I don't get it, can someone explain it to me? Because I remember quite vividly tweeting that and people attempting to explain it to me, and then I didn't respond because I wanted to respond back to every single person being like, yeah, I still don't get it.
It sucks. It still sucks.
Listen to them shit blows.
Dude.
So I don't know if I've listened to a full song off that record. I've heard bits and pieces, and I was still.
I know the big one. Well, I know the part of the big song. I tried listening to the full part, and it was so slow and it was so boring that my friends and I literally skipped to the TikTok part and then turned it off because they're like, "You gotta hear it, and I was like, "When is it?" And they're like, "It's like 3 minutes in," and I was like,
3 minutes into this 8-minute song.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Dude.
So yeah, it kind of started as a joke. I even said to Gloria, I'm like, we're not covering this shit. Like, we're just Sleep Token's just not gonna be a band we cover. And then we both checked out the song, and I came away with it feeling a lot differently than Glory did. But we both came away initially being like, okay, this isn't the worst thing we've ever heard. So I took that thing I said about not covering it, threw that completely out the window. I threw this shit right on the playlist. I was like, fuck this. Glory didn't hate it. We're going for it. Because I then proceeded to listen to the song 10 more times after that. I don't know what the hell has happened.
That's an hour spent on Sleep Token.
Like, I don't know what the hell has happened. I signed up for the pre-sale for the tour. Like, I've heard one Sleep Token song, and suddenly I might be going. Like, I
don't like this transformation. Now I'm okay with the Tate McRae. I rock the Katy Perry. I draw the line at Sleep Token. I can't.
And
I would let you go to country before I let you go to Sleep Token. Like, I can't let you do this to yourself, Shane. I have to step in.
And I don't know what's happening. Like, I genuinely think the song is awesome. The what I came away with initially was similar to what Glory stated her feelings of being like, okay, what the fuck's going on with this beat? But I very quickly kind of figured out that it's supposed to feel that way, and that what the people on TikTok are saying is actually what's going on. Now, listen, the theories about like them wanting you to feel a certain way listening to the song, and that's why the beat is the way it is, it's starting to feel like they're stuck in Dima, and that's why they made a bad album. Like, I can't listen to that shit. If that's the case,
that just pisses me off.
If that's the case, that's great. I know this band is very lore based, so it's very much possible that is part of the reason why the beat is. Yeah, why the beat is like that, but it gives me the vibe of they made a bad record because they're stuck in Dima, and Dima made them make a bad album. So I just I just choose to not listen to that portion, and I'm just like, I'm able to get past why the beat feels like that, and it actually sounds okay to me 10 listens in now.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that nuts?
You have to dedicate an hour to finally be like, you know what, the beat is
No, I literally we went our separate ways. I listened to it once, I turned it on again. Like, it wasn't like I had to sit and think about it. It was boom. I was like, wait a minute, no, that was kind of groovy. Overall, I just think the song's groovy. I am gonna eventually take time to listen to Take Me Back to Eden, which will be interesting to say the least, because I still have that preconceived feeling that I have with Sleep Token going in, and I still have it. Like, yes, I liked one Sleep Token song. Am I gonna buy tickets to the tour? Probably not. But I have that I still have that feeling of like, okay, they did it once. The next song, my feelings could be back to square one. I could feel the same way about this band that I felt, because I said to you, I'm like, it pains me to know that there's a band in the scene doing great things that I am not on board with. I'm typically right there when the scene is like, that band is super cool. I'm there being like, you know what? These people are right. The people that are digging this band, why didn't I find them sooner? But this band I listened to before everyone else and determined that they sucked before everyone thought they were great. So I kind of,
it's like when they started getting like, no guys, we already
took care of that. We already figured out the band kind of sucks.
Don't worry about it.
So I still have that feeling in my head being like, we skipped an entire album cycle because we got in before everyone else did and determined that the band was bad. So I'm like, they got one song on me. And that could be the only song they got on me. The rest of this record, we could review this come May 9th or whatever the album rollout is. Or the next single could be so abysmal we just jump ship. We're not locked in on anything. Glory thought the song was okay. I've listened to it way too many times. The next
and okay is a stretch.
Yeah. And the next song could just be like, we're both checked the fuck out. We both check out. There's no point in talking about it
and then
anymore.
We don't follow the rollout.
We both check out. There's no point because it's not even a battle. It's just us making fun. We don't start getting competitive and talking and arguing with each other and make it entertaining. We just make fun.
We just shit on it.
Yeah, and listen, that's fun, but we do that in our free time.
Yeah, we don't.
We'll be like, yo, did you hear that? That was terrible.
Dude, yeah, I heard that shit.
So yeah, man. And I'll leave it at that. That. I don't know what to expect for the rest of this. And I'm just here enjoying the song, and I'll leave it at that. An interesting way to wrap this up for sure. Not what I expected going into 2025, being like, damn, Sleep Token is dope. So yeah, that's
all the stuff. That's all the topics we have.
That's all the topics we have today. Your thoughts on Twitter? It's Good_Noise_Cast. Instagram's Good Noise Podcast. Facebook is Good Noise Pod. TikTok is Good Noise Podcast. YouTube Good Noise Podcast. Audio stream services are Good Noise Podcast, and Patreon is patreon.com/Good Noise Podcast. Glory's got your Patreon supporters, your Twitch subs, your important plugs, your Amazon storefront plug, your merch store plug, and then we're gonna sign all the way off.
Woo! Check out our merch. It is goodnoisepodcast.creator-spring.com. We have beanies. We don't have socks. We have shirts though. So you can make it into a sock if you wanted to. There are tutorials, I'm sure. So DIY it.
Yeah.
Check out our Amazon storefront. It has all of our equipment that we use to run the podcast. Monitors, cameras, mics. I have a Shure MV7 Plus microphone here. You can get it on our Amazon. You can see my plug. It's embarrassing.
It's almost like it's not wireless.
It's a fuck. So go check it out. It's awesome. Thank you to our Patreon supporters, Matt from Pulses, Pop Punk Apologists, David Arrington, Tyson from Heal the Hurt, and Eric. And thank you to our Twitch sub, Matt, again from Pulses. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Important plugs. Black Lives Matter. Stop Asian hate. Be a decent person. Look out for each other. Please don't try to hurt people at shows. I'm looking at you, hardcore shows. I know that's like your thing, but it's like when you actually go out of your way to like start wailing on someone, I feel like that's where we lose the thread. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm not speaking on something I should be speaking on. That's just my 2 cents. I would rather not come home, with a busted lip and a black eye. How do I explain that at work? I'm my own boss. How do I explain that to my parents? No, guys, it was just the show. Like, that's just the culture. You're never going to a show again. Heard. That's how my conversation would go. So, look out for each other, all that shit. Be a decent person, and yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Well, that's all we have today. I've been Shane.
I've been Glory.
And we've been the Good Noise Podcast. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.